Well, this is not the video it was supposed to be. Battle of the struggle, I think, perhaps has born a new video. So let's just see where we end up. I'm just determined to not let all of this setup go to waste. But sometimes I think that's part of the problem. It's Saturday morning. I woke up, honestly, feeling like I've been hit by a truck, to be honest. I was like, oh, I'm so sleepy. Did some washing up, came upstairs to do some journaling. As I was journaling, I had the idea for a video. So I was like, great, I'm going to record a video about sensory overwhelm, tell you about a situation that I experienced recently that I kind of unpicked and was like, whoa, okay, there's lots to learn here. Tell you about the strategies that I am using to manage sensory overwhelm, and I will release that video at some point when I make it, whatever. I've honestly just... Essentially, because one of the things on my to-do list at the moment is to properly learn how to use my camera and my mic and like connect my microphone so it's recording separately so the audio quality is better, etc, etc. I was like, great, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. So rather than just grab the camera and just be like, hey, my lighting's not right, oh, let's, you know, say some stuff, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to learn some stuff. It probably took me about an hour and a half to set myself up, get myself sorted, and then I sat down to do the video, and I did about 20 minutes of talking and going over it. It just wasn't quite clicking. In fact, here's a series of clips of it not clicking. Why is this not working for me today? This is a fucking nightmare. Rah! This ain't working today. This ain't working. This ain't working. I've also been sitting on my foot for like 15 minutes. It's completely died. Ah, pins and needles. I'm gonna remove myself from the situation, quite frankly. I think that's what we need to do. And it's annoying, right? Because I want to release this video. I was excited a couple of hours ago to release this video, or record this video. I've spent an hour and a half setting myself up. I put makeup on when I wasn't even going to put makeup on today. I've got a haircut that I need to leave for now in about an hour and 30 minutes. My camera started dying because I've been going for so long. And it feels like a waste to not be able to do this video, but it just wasn't... Sorry, I got distracted by a man getting out of his car. It just wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for me. And then I thought, it's 2 PM and all I've eaten today is a crumpet, so I'm probably hungry, so let me go and have a break. But it got me thinking, and it got me thinking about why we force ourselves to keep going in situations and on things that just don't work for us, or aren't working in that current moment. There's a couple of things that I'm going to share. I'd love to know in the comments if you've got any that I've not mentioned here, but there's two big ones for me. One of them, I think, is just essentially this view that other people do it, so we should be able to do it, right? Like, if somebody can work on something for 30 minutes and you can't, well, then the problem is you, so you should just keep going at the thing. And when you have grown up feeling like deficient or faulty in some way in finding it difficult to sustain tasks and activities, that is the stick that you learn to beat yourself with, which is like, I just need to keep going, I just need to keep going. And there's a whole like narrative around that in society about like not giving up, not quitting, don't being a quitter, like as if that's some kind of failure that it results in. But I also think that's whack, to be honest, for people that aren't neurodivergent, because everybody has degrees of like energy levels that ebb and flow, and we should learn to listen and recognise it in our bodies when things aren't right for us. But I think that is even more crucial when it comes to ADHD. But there's a much bigger piece here for me that I think plays into my ability to just keep forcing myself to keep going even when something isn't working, and it's this. When your motivation is very conditional and there are only specific situations in which you are fully immersed, all you want to do when you are in it is hold on to it for as long as possible, because you know that as soon as you're not in it anymore, you're not in it anymore, and then you'll never finish it. And that's something that I just feel like has become hardwired in me, which is like, if I'm doing something, we got to finish it now, or do as much as possible to finish it now, because if I have a break or wait until this afternoon, I'm not going to want to do it anymore, and then I have to deal with the feelings of like frustration and failure and shame in myself that I can't now just pick up where I left off. And that's something that I found really weird as I've adjusted to the days that I take my medication, is I still go into my activities and my tasks as if I have to hold on to them as tight as possible because I'm not going to come back to them later, and learning to let go and be like, no, because on my medication I am more likely, it's not foolproof, but I'm more likely to be able to pick up where I left off later and not completely lose my motivation, and therefore I need to unwire some of that behaviour. And I don't know, for me personally, around this specific point, I just kind of feel like it's easy to say don't be so hard on yourself, like why are you pushing and trying to force yourself to finish something, just let go. But I kind of feel like if you don't know what it's like, if you don't live and exist in a head that experiences things as now or never, or experiences things as like, I know what it feels like for my motivation to fall off a cliff, and so I'm clinging on to get this done now while I'm in the flow. If you don't know what that feels like, I kind of don't want to listen to your advice. This is the kind of place that I'm getting to in my life, because it is, I don't know, I think it's an important reason, as well as some of the shoulds, and feeling like we have to, and feeling like we should be getting more stuff done or should be able to concentrate for longer. I just think this is a piece that is important to recognise and learn to manage and deal with. And I think it really speaks to a bigger issue as well, which is just forcing ourselves to stay in situations where we're not comfortable, which is ironic because that was part of my message around the sensory environment, kind of sensory overload, and it's the same when it comes to tasks and activities. Like, why are we keeping ourselves and forcing ourselves to keep doing things that don't feel good and aren't working for us? And it's a continual process of letting go. So I'm not really vibing today. I'm kind of a bit pissed off about the whole thing, to be honest, but sometimes it's just like this. And I think it's important to learn to recognise what's driving that need to keep pushing forwards, and what are the things that you need in order to take a break and stop. So for me right now, it is eating food, it is just saying all of this and letting it come out without any structure, and maybe letting myself sulk a little bit about the fact that I've spent hours trying to get myself sorted and it isn't coming to me. But also that's how I become so resilient and able to pick back up and keep on going again and again and again. So I don't even really think I want to round off the video with any usual, I don't know. I don't want structure. I just want to say some stuff today. This is going to be fun to edit, honestly. And you're watching me in a live moment. This is a live moment of me doing exactly what I have just said I shouldn't do, right? Which is, I thought I'd just free flow, see what comes out of me, and now I'm going, but how do I round off this video with some kind of tangible advice, so it's not just me rattling on, and then reminding myself that a huge lot of my content that has so far seems to resonate with people is when I do this, and this is a conversation. It's not all about me saying like, here are the answers, so let's keep it going in the comments. Why am I picking up bits of rice to eat while I'm talking? You don't want to see that. This is a conversation, so yeah. Whatever this video has brought to the front of your mind, and let's continue the conversation in the comments when I can be asked, quite frankly. Love to all.